Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel and to my videos. Thank you to everyone who's been getting personal readings too. If you're interested in one, the link to my website is in the description, as well as the link to my Instant Go account too. Hope you all had a good week. We had the new moon in Scorpio, which was on Wednesday, which is also interesting because we are still technically in Scorpio season. So there could have been a lot of things being revealed, a lot of changes happening. Because Scorpio is the death card, changes, transformation. So this is going to be the post new moon and Scorpio reading. We're going to see what's going on with the divine masculine and with the divine feminine at this time. So I'm going to be using my Osho Sun Tarot deck here to see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And I'm going to be looking at 3 different areas. I'm going to look at what actually came up in terms of came up for being released with the new moon. I'm also going to be looking at what came up in terms of a new beginning that was starting with the new moon, because that's what we're doing. We're bringing in that new energy. And then lastly, I'm going to be looking at what the current energy is at right now for the divine masculine and feminine. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to adjust this a little. I have all of my decks out. Okay, so post new moon and Scorpio reading for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Post new moon and Scorpio energies for divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Okay. So this first card is going to be, this top row is going to end up being the divine masculine, divine feminine underneath. So what came up to be purged, to be released with this new moon, what came up as a new beginning, what is starting now with this new moon in Scorpio, and what is the current energies. And this is all for the divine masculine. Underneath, divine feminine, what came up to be purged, to be released. What came up as something that's starting to grow, a new start, a new energy taking hold. And what is the current energy of the divine feminine? So let's see. Bottom of the deck is the trust card. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be cards about surrendering, self-realizations going on here, which are, of course, all very positive things. Okay, so first card, divine masculine. What came up to be purged, to be released during this new moon in Scorpio? Okay, integration reverse. So with the integration reverse, if you look at it upright, you can tell that it's about balance, balancing, you know, as above, so below, the inaction and action, the intuitive with the action-oriented side of things. With this being released, with this being in reverse, I feel like what's being released is the resistance to integration, the resistance of, this is almost like the resistance of acceptance of something being the way it is. I feel like divine masculine with this new moon in Scorpio have kind of confronted and realized that they need to release resistance to something that's really a part of them. I feel like some divine masculine may have been resisting accepting a part of themselves as the truth, as the fact of who they are. This could be resisting behavior. I feel like there are some divine masculine who are quite empathic, who are quite psychic, who maybe have been resisting that part of themselves. been thinking like, you know what, that's just weird, I don't want to deal with it, it's not who I am, that sort of thing. Realizing that actually it is, and me resisting it and not listening to it is really, hurting myself. So let's get a card for that. What is this integration reversed about? For the release of the divine masculine. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands in reverse. So again, I feel like this is the divine masculine kind of not wanting to see, not wanting to think about accepting their more spiritual sides of themselves. And I keep saying, I mentioned being empathic, sorry, or psychic, because I feel like it's really like inner parts of themselves that the divine masculine maybe has been resisting. Like maybe their intuition's spot on, maybe they're psychic, maybe they're really empathetic, and I keep saying empathic, and they resist those sides of themselves because they don't understand it, or they feel it makes them weak or something like that. But it's realizing that it truly is a part of who you are. So with this Three of Wands reverse coming up as well for this divine masculine, are seeing that, what, I've been trying to not have it in my realm of possibility of who I am, of something that's a part of my life, but it's something that I'm always going to carry with me. And with this Temperance card as the bottom of the deck, it's like it is that other half of you. It provides you balance. It provides you that extra kind of special thing about you that makes you who you are. It's a part of you. It's a part of, the yin and yang aspect of yourself. And for some divine masculine, it may be a bit difficult to accept certain parts of themselves, of how they feel or who they are as a spiritual being, because it's so different than how they're normally used to kind of acting, or circles they're used to being in this traditional 3D world. So maybe, wow, okay, I got a ton of cards. So while maybe you've been with this Three of Wands reverse as well, just so resistant to wanting to carry any of those traits that you don't quite understand, or feelings about yourself and who you are with you. Let's see, what is this Three of Wands about? Reverse. What is this Three of Wands reverse? And I just saw the Four of Pentacles, so like I said, for wanting to not kind of accept certain things, but it came up again with this new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups. I feel like for some divine masculine, because there's kind of, and interestingly, because it's a Scorpio side, there could be a darker side, your more psychic side, that's coming stronger now, and it's coming so much stronger now that you're realizing that I can't really push it back down. I can't really fight the fact that it's a part of who I am, that it's something that I'm going to take with me, and that interestingly, it actually does bring you some stability. It does bring you some happiness, because it's a part of the whole system, the dynamics of who you are as a person. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So, you may be or have been divine masculine, like, I'm not satisfied with this part of myself. I'm resisting this part of myself, and I don't want to deal with it. But it actually is a part of who you are, and even if it's not the most important thing in the world to you, it does contribute to your overall feelings of happiness and satisfaction with who you are. I feel like this is super like spiritual self-development based. Of course, it could be related to, habits or other things going on in the divine masculine's life, but I feel like this definitely has to do with the more feminine energy sides of the divine masculine. So the empathic nature, actual psychic abilities as well, I mean, everyone is psychic, but more stronger psychic abilities, not wanting to deal with those things. But that's coming up to be like, you know what? I need to release that resistance because it's a part of who I am, whether I like it or not. So it's almost like a new level of acceptance coming from that. Anything else for this integration reverse? Okay, so I have the Star and the Five of Pentacles. So again, it's like as you're releasing this feeling of not wanting to deal with a certain aspect of yourself, Divine Masculine, you've been healing, you've been improving from that situation. Because again, these are things that have come up to be purged. So you're purging the kind of dissatisfaction or misunderstanding or suppression of certain aspects of yourself. Seeing that it's a part of who you are and that's just what it is. And so there's no reason to feel like you can't be your most true, genuine, authentic self, even if it's non-traditional. So for the Divine Feminine, for what came up to be purged, to be released with this new moon, we have friendliness in reverse. Now, with this friendliness in reverse card, I feel like the Divine Feminine, what came up was almost like being, I don't want to say being overly friendly, but overextending yourself in order to be friendly, in order to be nice or polite. Realizing that there's a limit to how you give your energy to other people. Realizing that it's okay to say no sometimes. If it doesn't feel right, then, don't go forward with it. Let's see. Some Divine Feminine may have realized new truths because we are still in Scorpio season, new realizations about a certain friendship that you have, realizing that it needs to end. You may have ended a friendship or just kind of drawn a line in the sand so that things will change. And look at what we have, the Death card. So like I said, some Divine Feminine may have been ending friendships or realize that a friendship has ended or just no longer will be the same as it has been before. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. So this could have been a very much mental realization you've made. You may not have actually ended things with this person, but mentally you've kind of realized that you're going on your own paths. Yep, and we have the Magician reverse, realizing that, again, you can't overextend yourself or be overly friendly or overextend yourself to be polite, to be friendly, because that's what you feel that's what you feel other people are needing you to do. You're starting something new. You're saying, I can't put my energy into that anymore. Other people are definitely ending a friendship, ending some type of relationship with this Ten of Swords. You're saying, I don't want to build anymore. It's not working. I was trying to be friendly. I was trying to do what I can, but I'm not seeing the point anymore. Like, we're not moving forward anymore. And I don't want to stay stagnant. Knight of Pentacles, maybe ending a situation with a relationship with someone you work with, whether it's the job itself or just your work colleague or boss or something like that. You're not wanting to put energy towards that. You're realizing that you're kind of on different paths and you're releasing that. Releasing that situation, releasing that expectation. So the next cards, this is going to be with the new moon in Scorpio. What is it that kind of started up? What was being brought up to be created? What is the new seed that's being planted for the Divine Masculine? Okay, and we have Sorrow, which is an interesting one. So this would be like the Nine of Swords. I feel like for some Divine Masculine with the Sorrow card, for what it is that started with this new moon, Scorpio is a water sign. Scorpio also, in my mind, is a bit extreme. is a bit like intense. So I feel like Divine Masculine may have been dealing with some intense dreams. I don't want to say nightmares, but just like intense dreams where they're replaying certain things in their mind, certain situations and that may have started on the new moon or around the new moon time period. So let's see what this sorrow is about for the Divine Masculine. Some of them are wondering like what's going to happen, especially regarding their Divine Feminine. Some Divine Masculine are also just going through a purging, like a Dark Night of the Soul style. What is this sorrow card about for Divine Masculine? Queen of Wands. And bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, I feel like some Divine Masculine were having kind of worry or intense dreams, thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with my Divine Feminine? Are they completely moved on or what? How is my interaction with them going to go? Why is this Queen of Wands here? Page of Cups. Some of them are worried about the reaction that their Divine Feminine is going to have. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. Some Divine Masculine started worrying and like having dreams about what's going to happen when they get to their Divine Feminine. Is their offer going to be accepted or not? Are they going to be up for it or not? Some of them are worried about things that have already happened. Yeah, they're trying to find the strength, they're trying to find the courage to move past this sorrow to have the outcome they want. Eight of Cups in reverse. Some Divine Masculine are definitely hoping that their Divine Feminine has not moved on. And the new moon kind of brought out these inner feelings. Again, the feelings that maybe they haven't been completely accepting on. And I mentioned with the integration reversed for the Divine Masculine that I felt like it was more about the feminine energy within them, which would definitely include the moon, the dreams that are going on. So that may again have started around the new moon. You're going to stop resisting the dreams, resisting the instincts you're having, but it also brings through like a new level of, I don't know what's going on, what's happening, what's going to happen with my Divine Feminine, is this a dream real, that type of thing. A lot of dreams, I feel. And I just saw the High Priestess. Anything else for the Sorrow card? Five of Wands reverse. Divine Masculine is definitely like sad and down, feeling like, is my Divine Feminine interested? Are we going to fight, or is it going to go smoothly? Like, what's going to happen? Are they going to be accepting or not of me? Should I wait longer or should I not wait longer? So if we go to the Divine Feminine's card on, what was the new thing that started with this full moon in, the new moon in Scorpio is compromise. So with the compromise card, I feel like for Divine Feminine, it's like with the new moon, you may have started comparing yourself to other people. You may have also started almost like thinking back or looking at the areas of your life where you've maybe given too much of yourself. Again, in line with the friendliness reverse card of seeing like something needs to end where you've overextended yourself maybe with a friendship, Also looking at the new things that you are willing to compromise and the things that you're not willing to compromise. Where am I willing to give an inch? And where am I willing to give a mile? And how am I going to make sure that I don't give more than I want to give? And so for the compromise card, we have the Page of Cups. So again, it's about how much are you willing to give to someone else? How much what are you not willing to give to someone else, whether it's a friendship or not? But with this Page of Cups, definitely be resolving or referring to love. So it's like, what am I willing to say yes, I'm okay with? What am I not okay with? Also, I feel like with this compromise card and this Page of Cups, I feel like some divine feminine are becoming more willing to compromise in terms of openness for potential partners, okay? The bottom of the deck is also the Two of Cups. So definitely regarding love, it's like, what am I willing to compromise on? What am I not willing to compromise on? Some divine feminine also are just becoming, I feel like some divine feminine are just becoming more open. Like maybe you have a checklist, or you had a checklist of like 10 people or 10 characteristics of the people that you would be interested in. Maybe instead of 10 characteristics, you're removing things from the list so that you can be more open to the possibilities of whatever is meant for you and however it's meant to come to you. So what is this Page of Cups about? Some divine feminine also receive some type of message either from your divine masculine or from someone else who I think was from your past, and now we have the King of Cups. So yeah, it could have been a water sign, either your divine masculine or from your past who kind of re-entered your life also since the new moon. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords reversed. Like I said, someone from your past either coming back. And I also feel like because this is the new moon energy, obviously it's only been 3 days, so it may not have already happened. But for some people, it's just like this trigger has been started for this cycle. Knight of Wands in reverse. Like I said, some people are dealing with exes coming back. Exes coming back to them, possibly, being in and out, being very passionate towards you, possibly stating they want to compromise, but not necessarily giving you the full shebang offer of what you may be wanting. But again, overall, like with this compromise card, I feel like you're seeing what you want to compromise on, seeing what you don't want to compromise on, specifically regarding love. To full reverse, yeah. I feel like some divine feminine are definitely already been contacted. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. Some divine feminine have definitely either already been contacted by an ex, or you will be contacted by an ex soon. But I feel like you're still open to them, but it's definitely like someone from your past is returning with this compromise card. So again, if it already hasn't happened, then I feel like the new moon just triggered that to start the process of actions to make it for that really to come and happen right in front of you. So if we go to the last card, it's going to be the current energy of the divine masculine. which is sharing in reverse. Okay, so this is the sharing upright. So sharing in reverse for Divine Masculine's current energy. So I feel like with this, like, Divine Masculine's working on something. They're seeing fruits of their own labor, but they're not wanting to make it a known thing. They're not trying to share information right now. Divine Masculine are being a bit secretive. So what is that about? Why is it sharing reverse for Divine Masculine's current energy? Queen of Cups. Okay, Divine Masculine is being guided to not let their plans be completely known, to not completely lay out and show all of the successes that they've experienced up until this point. Now, the bottom of the deck is another queen, the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like Divine Masculine is just focused on working in the behind the scenes, working in the shadows, and just knowing that they're putting everything together they need to, and they're getting stability the way that they need to, but they're not sharing it. It's like it's not ready, or they just don't. I feel like it's not even that it's not ready, it's just that they're just not wanting to put their development on blast. Death reversed. I feel like Divine Masculine is changing, and with that change, they're not wanting to show their cards, they're not wanting to show their hand to the people, you know, in their direct environment, in their lives, to be like, you know what, you thought I was doing something, but I was really doing something else. You're not wanting to let your plans be known. So maybe you started pursuing something that no one else knows about. You're not letting it be known at all. You're just kind of doing it. And that's a change for you. For some Divine Masculine, you are used to sharing, oversharing. You're used to just being very open, but now you're starting to like guard yourself and use your own guidance about how you let people into your life, into your inner circle. Now we have the Two of Wands, so it's like you're at a crossroads where you're looking to the future and you're trying to just figure out where things are going. Possibly regarding movement, some Divine Masculine could be traveling, could be changing apartments, changing cities. But it's like you're working on changing yourself in the way that you need to for your highest benefit, and that means that you're not going to share or overshare the situation until it's ready. The Empress reverse. So it's like I feel like you're just not wanting to let certain information flow out to other people, because you're not at the point where you're ready to let something fully develop. But you're not letting something develop in the sense that you're not wanting to it's almost like you're guarding your heart, you're guarding your energy, versus regarding anything that's in your life that you're trying to pursue or stabilize. The Moon reverse, interestingly enough, so that's about releasing secrets. But I feel like you, Divine Masculine, are currently with the sharing reverse are not sharing and are just releasing expectations, releasing people in your dynamic you've been dealing with them with, and just being like, I'm just doing me now. King of Swords in reverse, so you may be a little defensive or a little bit sharp with people when they may ask you about this situation. But it's like it's exactly what you want it to be. You're not trying to overshare yourself and your life to other people. You're just trying to do you, to exactly what I mentioned before, was like moving in silence, like a ninja. So the card that we got for Divine Feminine's current energy is turning in reverse. So I feel like for Divine Feminine, They're not turning in hermit style. They're just ready to take action, to make action. So I feel like divine feminine is all about like action actually on their side. It's like taking action to be open, taking action to end situations or end friendships that are no longer serving you, and then currently taking action so that after having turned in a lot, you can be in one accord with yourself in all aspects, as well as your spirit guides and any other challenges that you're dealing with. Why is this turning in reverse? The Star, yeah, you're just ready to go towards your goals, to heal, to again remove the things in your life that may not be useful to you with this Queen of Swords. Turning in reverse. Four of Pentacles, reverse. You're taking action. You're ready to release things. Nine of Pentacles, because you're trying to just be your own stable, great self and pursue all of your dreams and wishes. Ace of Pentacles, and this is a new start for you where you're just like, okay, let's do this. Let's put the pedal to the metal and pursue someone, let someone pursue me or not. But I'm going to take actions to really co-create with the universe. And the bottom of the deck is the Emperor card. So you're co-creating with the universe here, Divine Feminine, in a way that's going to give you a higher understanding and a higher kind of role of making things happen in your life. I feel like you may also be trying to control how it is you express yourself now that you are expressing yourself and taking action with the brands, with the different people in your life. So let's get another card. Yeah, now I just got the Emperor card again. Your Divine Masculine could definitely be taking action. Like I mentioned, there's definitely someone from your past who has already come back or is coming back now that the new moon in Scorpio happened. Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like whatever this is that you're putting a lot of action effort into, you're putting a lot of focus and drive into it. It's like you're motivated to really put a lot of time and energy into something, or your Divine Masculine is wanting to do that with you. But you're really just working on healing yourself right now, Divine Feminine. Two of Cups could definitely be your Divine Masculine, like I mentioned. And King of Pentacles could really just be your Divine Masculine. So I just want to get one more card from the Osho Zen Tarot. And the card I got is the Masters. I feel like both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine are working on mastering themselves in different ways. Interestingly, all the Divine Masculine cards are really about, you know, the feminine side energy of them. And the Divine Feminine's card are really about action, taking action to shift things, to change things, to bring about the things that you want. And the bottom of the deck is totality, and it's like everyone is not just receptive or not just action oriented. It's the totality, it's the yin yang of the whole situation. So I feel like with this new moon in Scorpio, there's been a slight shift or recalibration in energies so that you're really taking on the energy that your divine counterpart typically may identify with. So masculines taking on these lessons and purgings and new starts and energies of the feminine, and the feminine taking on those for the divine masculine, for their masculine side. So that is the reading. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. I know it's a little bit different than what I usually do. Let me know how your new moon kind of last couple of days was as well. And if you're interested in a reading, the link to my website is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.